I recently had a case where the mother came in to see me and she had multiple children and she was involved in probate and family court. Her ex was insisting on visiting the children. What this ex failed to realize and understand was that you had like a 16-year-old boy who loved to play sports and work out all the time. And he was big time into school and he had a girlfriend. So between the school full time, he had a part-time job, playing sports for his high school, and time with his girlfriend and his friends. Unfortunately, there was very little time for Dad. And Dad took exception to this. Dad would show up where he worked out or where he played sports and just make a total pain in the neck of himself to his son, where they literally got into a disagreement. And the son just pulled way back and said, I don't want to see him. And what in essence the father did was alienate himself from his own son. Now, you got to begin and understand and realize that teenagers are a tough bunch. But yet this father failed to realize, taking into account this is no longer a child that was young that you could tell what to do and they were going to do it. He was a teenager, doing well in school, up to date medically. Everything in his life was going well, except for he didn't visit with his dad. Now, Dad's paying child support, much to his credit. And with child support, the burden of paying child support goes to the benefit of visitation. But how do you get a teenager to visit with Dad when the child would rather be with his friends, rather be with his girlfriend, rather be working out, rather be playing sports? And it's a tough situation. What's the moral of the story? Get a guardian ad litem in probate court to go speak to the child so the child has a voice. At age 16, the child in 2 years is going to be an adult. And so Dad doesn't feel like he's being victimized or being alienated or is not in the picture of the son. The father is very much in the picture of the son. And the son loved his dad, but he had other things going on in his life, as most teenagers do. Most teenagers are going at like 1,000,000 miles per hour. And some get so much on their plate that sometimes the parents, whether mom or dad, get left on the curb, on the sidewalk. And this was not intentional by the son. He just was living his life as a teenager. And sometimes it's really hard to understand. And in this case, the father was reporting the mother to DCF, that she was impeding this, that she was alienating the child, that she was responsible for this. And it couldn't have been further from the truth. And DCF looked into the case, and when they were all said and all was done, the social worker understood this was a teenager. And a guardian ad litem has been appointed and has spoken to the mother, the father, as well as the child, and will be advised in a probate and family court, which has already been done, that this young boy's got a lot going on. And Dad's going to have to understand that. And you just can't force a child at age 16, you, because of visit your parents.